So let me save you some time. Right here, here's the first tip. With my experience, you gotta love every step of the creation process in order to last long enough to ever make it to where you would be successful. You gotta make the beat or buy the beat. You gotta live life, get inspired to be able to have a voice to say something valuable. So you gotta get experience. Then you have to be inspired to write or freestyle or punch something in on the beat. Then you have to make sure those words have meaning to you and the world. Or if not the words, at least the feeling that the song gives you. Not even getting into, you gotta shoot the music video, you gotta do a little promo campaign or a big one depending on what you're able to do at the time. You gotta get a cover art made, you gotta get a distribution platform, metadata and all the stuff in the background, getting the lyrics typed out, getting the lyrics synced on your distribution platform so they pop up and people can, see what you're saying. So after all this being said, I'm not saying any of this to discourage any one of you from becoming an artist, musician. I'm just saying this you gotta know that you want it for the right reason. Inside you gotta realize, why do I wanna be an artist? Is it, it could be, I'm gonna show everyone I know what I'm capable of. That's what it was for me. I wanted to show everyone else, like those before me did, that you can be a nobody in the eyes of the world or the system. And with time and persistence, and if you hone in that focus, you can become a somebody. Anybody can become a somebody. And you already are that person right now. I had to realize I already was Stxr. I am Stxr. I've always been Stxr. My family, they call me Sean, but I had to realize I was the person already that I wanted to be inside, but I just had to figure out how to show that to the world, how to make it the same out here. People can see who I am, and inside I know who I am. And now I'm getting much closer to that point, but back in high school, I would have wanted to know in high school, but myself in high school wouldn't have been able to really comprehend what I'm saying right now. I needed to actually live life and get the experiences to be able to realize why I wanted to do this shit. And you have to develop skills to be able to enjoy really making music, because then it becomes not just something I'm working on, but it becomes an extended part of you. You know what I'm saying? When you're just using FL or Pro Tools or anything as a music creation device or a MIDI keyboard, you are using it as an extension of you to get the emotion onto it. So there's a point where it just becomes almost symbiotic. And to get to that point, it took me about, I would say 2 to 4 years. It probably takes most people to get to that point of just making music every day, every other day for years, and then you get to this point. But that's why I'm saying for this tip, you want to make sure that this is something you just genuinely love to do, because otherwise it's going to be hard to make it past the threshold to become that good at creating music. You know what I'm saying? So for tip 2, I'm not sure how well everyone's gonna understand this, but you need to make these songs as if it's the last song you ever made. Think about if every song was the last song you were known for. And there's a balance between wisdom and sounding cool with your words. It's such a threshold by making a song sound cool, but I think this is the best way I could put it. If you drive down the street, right, and you're playing your song through your stereo at max volume, do you feel cool? Would you feel like if you pulled up next to a chick, you would impress her? Like, you would feel cool and you would feel like she wants to know what is this song that you're listening to, you know? Another good way is when you're making a song, imagine as if your favorite artist was going to hear this song tomorrow and you had to show the song to them. You would not want that shit to be lame, because then you're ruining the possible connection with your favorite artist. So I try to think of like, what would so-and-so think of this song? Oh, what would so-and-so think of this song? What would so-and-so think of this song? Like, I don't let it control the song, but I think of that to improve the quality, to find where, oh, my homie thinks this is dope. Oh, my goth friend thinks this is dope. Oh, my Arabic friend thinks this is dope. Oh, my teacher thinks this is dope. All these people from all these demographics, you know what I mean, can like find something that they like about it. And then it's cool to a lot of people, including you. Like, that's something I would have wanted to try to get through the head of myself when I was younger, because that's something that's hard to learn. Like, you can only really learn that by having good taste, imagination, consistency, and education just on how to mix your own shit or how to record your own shit. That kind of goes into a segue for the third tip though. My third tip, which I feel like me myself in high school, I already kind of knew this, but I was still going to studios and I was still paying people to record my shit, because, hey, I mean, most artists have to do that because they're just not willing to learn how to mix or any of that shit. Third tip, even if you don't want to be an engineer, you have to learn to record yourself. That's my third tip. Like, you don't have to always be the engineer, but it'll give you the biggest advantage if you can just mix your own shit, make your own shit, record your own shit whenever you want. Like, I totally am for supporting engineers, like, but you gotta at least educate yourself on what the engineer is somewhat doing so you can better articulate yourself to describe the way you want your sound, the way you want it layered, the way you want it to fade. Oh, I want the reverb a little bit down. Well, what does that mean? Well, you want the wetness of the reverb down, you want the dampness of the reverb down, you want the decay of the reverb down. You gotta know what you want to say to the engineer to be able to get the closest product that you're looking to get, you know what I mean? Then eventually you can pay someone to do it for you, engineer for you, record for you, so you can just focus on the music when you want. But having those terms and having that knowledge will just help you so much in getting the idea into existence, you know what I'm saying? Tip 4, don't be afraid to fail. I know that sounds corny, but when you break this down, like, don't be afraid to fail. That means don't be afraid to experiment, try things. This doesn't work, try this delivery. I don't like how this bar sounds, try this other bar. Keep tweaking shit till you like it. Like, but you can't be afraid to fail to get to what you like. Otherwise, you'll never get there. Because sometimes I'll make a beat that I really like, I'll record something on it, I'll listen to it, it doesn't really impress me, I'll show it to a homie or to my girlfriend Zena, and she's like, like, it's whatever. Like, I don't know, it's not really impressing anyone. So I'll just delete all of it, or keep the best part that I liked, or delete all of it and start brand new in a few days when I forgot what I even made on that shit. Sometimes you just need to fail once to get to the product, or fail 100 times. You need to fail 100 times, you need to fail 3 times, it doesn't matter if you get to that product that you're trying to create, you get to that work of art, you get to that song, you know what I'm saying, that you're trying to bring into reality with a certain amount of accuracy. And that could tie us into the 5th tip, which is you gotta make sure that the music you're making makes you feel something. It's an aesthetic, it's a vibe, it makes you feel something. You can listen to some song that's like just going crazy, like a metal song, you're in the gym, pumping, doing some push-ups. Then you might be in the car late night, smoking a doobie, and you're just vibing to some reggae shit or some... I want it to make you feel sad, or I want it to make you feel happy, or I want it to make you feel cool, like badass. I want it to make you feel all these different things. Like, that's a skill you gotta hone in, because the music that grabs someone emotionally is gonna be the music that goes the farthest, like in the grand scheme, you know, because people will come back to a song that makes them feel something time and time again, and it will naturally spread. People will naturally want to talk about your song. So I would go for that as the 5th tip, because I feel like that's really important, like that it makes you feel something, that it makes other people feel something, and everybody could interpret it differently, but most times you should be able to get it down to a science. And that comes from you really feeling it too. That comes from you really feeling the song. I want you to be sitting there and this shit damn near make you want to cry or jump out of your seat when you're recording it. It's a beautiful thing. Like, I've only experienced that so many times. Like, I'm kind of callous and numb from just things I've experienced in life and all the things I've seen, but yeah, I feel like I've progressed a lot, and it's to the point where almost anybody I show my music, they fuck with it. You know, I know what songs I can show people, and no matter what, they're gonna like something about it or they're gonna like it. Because it's just, the level of detail is at a crazy point by now, you know? Like, we're very focused on detail. We pay attention to every aspect of this shit. It's hard for someone to hear something that's genuinely bad other than just being an opinion. Like, oh, I would have put the delay a little bit lower. Well, that's just an opinion. I like the delay higher. So, or you made it too distorted. Well, I make my shit distorted intentionally to have a little bit of texture. I don't want it to sound too smooth, you know? At that point, it's all opinion, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these 5 tips. I hope to see you guys soon. I'll try to come up with more video ideas and shit. But I just want to give something to you guys that's useful, that I would have actually wanted to know. And I just want to get my music out there, give you guys this information, and see where it'll take us. So, this has been Stxr. Peace out.